Twitter and yes, we are. Okay, so welcome everybody to the Illuvium Town Hall for Illuvium Beyond. This town hall is meant to be focused on Illuvium Beyond, everything Illuvium Beyond, basically. I know a lot of you have been waiting for the Wave 3 announcement, and we just locked in the date finally. So that's November 21st is the date that we locked in. And there's a couple
Yeah.
of reasons behind that, which we'll be covering in this town hall, as well as some community questions that have come up that we posted. And we'll try and bring some of you guys up if we have time. But yeah, we'll just jump right into it. I think it might be a little bit of a shorter one because there wasn't a lot of questions, and I think we can cover most of it fairly quickly here. So yeah, Kieran, you want to get started and let us know about why we chose the date we chose and what you're looking forward to in Wave 3.
Yeah, so initially my plan was to have the Wave 3 go live at permissionless, where we're a very large I would say there's going to be a lot of exposure there at permissionless. We've got a huge gaming booth. It's one of the best conferences in terms of gaming in crypto, and one of the ones that I think is we don't go to many conferences, but I think this is going to be a really good one, and it's a way for us to go direct to the exact type of players that we want, and that's not just our three live games, it's also beyond as well. And so the plan was for us to actually deliver our keynote and showcase the new Wave 3 trailer, and then say, literally, go and buy them now. They're available as of this moment. The reason that we didn't do that, we could have done that. As you know, the Wave, the Illuvitar's product is fairly set and it works, and we could have just turned it on. There are a couple of things there with Passport being introduced, which required some work, but it was small enough that we definitely could have had that done. Where we wanted to, why we decided to wait and not do that, is there's some really, really cool updates, which I'll go through one by one, that are coming to Wave 3. And that was always the plan with Illuvium Beyond. It kind of, I wouldn't say it surprised me, but it kind of upset me, I guess is the word that I would use, when I saw in the Beyond chat that a lot of people were like, hey, have you forgotten about this product? Are we not caring about it anymore? As you all know, I'm a huge player inside of Beyond. I've got a massive collection. I absolutely love it. It's the whole concept of rarity and it being super easy and casual, and you just open packs of cards. I love the entire thing, so we'd never move away from it and stop supporting it and not introduce any more waves. And the reason is there's going to be a huge album and collection overhaul. So the whole interface is getting an upgrade in terms of visuals. And so it really brings collecting to life. And that's when Roger and I first started building this, we were looking to recreate that feeling of collecting Pokemon cards or Tazos or any of those things, like baseball cards. You would usually have a dedicated folder for that and positions. And if something wasn't filled, you would go out and buy more packs, do your best to fill it. And once you reach that sort of completion point, you would have this physical thing that really just made you feel good, right? And that's what we were going for, but in a digital sense. And this is probably the first time that I think we will achieve that feeling, where if you fill up your album and complete your collections, it's going to it's going to feel really, really good, and it's going to look really, really good as well. Probably, so that's more aesthetically speaking. In terms of like how we're going to integrate Illuvium Beyond into our games in the future, account bound rewards are coming, and right now, with us only having arena with these types of cosmetics, these rewards will only be available in that game. But in the future, potentially zero rewards that you may get, where cosmetics for your buildings or cosmetics for your environment and stuff like that is a potential. And then certainly any other new game modes we'll look to integrate beyond as well. And sorry, I'm just reading people talk about Tazos. For those who don't know, there were these little round things that you got out of chip packets in Australia. I don't know if it was anywhere else in the world. And it was genius. It made kids fat all around Australia, and yeah, you'd do anything to buy another packet of chips at school. But anyway, the rewards that are coming, we're talking battle boards, emotes, drone blasts, skins, and the really, really cool thing here is they're not NFTs that you get, and the reason is we need them to be account bound. But they're exclusive, right? So instead of you being able to go and buy something that someone has, if you see something really, really cool and it's one of these beyond unlockables, you're not going to be able to go and buy it. You'll have to literally go and fill your album out in order to unlock it. And so it makes it really cool. It ties in with Beyond. And when someone's speaking in chat in a gauntlet game or an ascendant game, they'll say, "Whoa, where's that? That's the rarest thing I've ever seen." And then that person will likely say, "Yeah, you got to fill out the axolotl collection, and that will unlock it. It's costs a lot of money, but as you can see, it's really, really cool." So they're coming in wave 3, which is awesome. What else do we have?
We didn't have Tazos in America. Like, I don't know what the hell a Tazos is, but we had Cracker Jacks. Cracker Jacks came with toys. Like you could collect them. Like, but I don't know what the hell a Tazos is or whatever that is. So,
okay,
we had
fair
Pogs
enough.
and stuff.
Maybe similar to Pogs. Yeah, similar to Pogs, I guess.
Yeah, we had Pogs.
From memory, they didn't do anything. They were just like, I think there were hollow ones as well. It was pretty crazy. The 90s was just
they
wild.
banned Pogs at our school because it was considered gambling. So, like, I've been gambling since a young age. So,
I don't know. I don't know if we. Oh yeah, that's right. You had to flip them. I love that.
You had to slammers, and you'd slam them, and then if you won, you'd take the other kids. So it was a whole thing.
They were different. I feel like the ones that had like metal and like were thicker were different to Tazos. Maybe they weren't.
The metal ones, is that what it is? Is it Pogs? Like, metal ones were slammers, and then you had Pogs, which were the wooden ones. And so you'd stack them up and you'd slam them. And
Pasta's just put in Tazos. That brings back some crazy.
Oh, it's the same thing. It's Pogs. You guys had to make up a new name because you guys were unoriginal. Classic.
No, that's a Tazo. Super Saiyan Goku. That's a Tazo. Anyway, my progress visual update. So as you collect more and you go to your my progress section, it's going to get a bit of a facelift as well, and it's going to feel more enticing to continue to collect, and you'll see new stages unlock, and basically we'll show you like one more and you're going to unlock something with the account bound rewards. And so all about that progression and feeling good about getting just one more and one more and one more. So that's really cool. Secondary wallet support is coming, which is awesome. I know a lot of people aren't willing to. You can get some very valuable Illuvatars out there, and a lot of people aren't willing to just pop one of those on their passport. So that's, I think, a big win, and we needed that. The reward structure is going to we're going to, for the legacy players, because there's been a long time without rewards, we're going to 3x those rewards for a limited time. We haven't decided how long that's going to be, but it will be a limited time. So you'll be able to make up on some of those rewards that theoretically you could say you've lost. So that's really cool. We've got a Wave 3 showcase video that is in production. I saw a pretty far along version of that on Wednesday. So I would say that that's going to be complete and ready to go. We're going to showcase that at permissionless. So I think 10-ish days, maybe 12 days away before we release that. We'll also put that out on social media and announcements and email and whatever. There's also going to be, I know there's a lot of questions about this. There's also going to be split leaderboards. So for anyone who played in Wave 1 and 2, if you joined in Wave 2, you're kind of a little bit behind the 8 ball to start with when it came to the leaderboards. That's now going to change, and there's going to be a leaderboard for each wave, each individual wave that we have that comes out, and a legacy leaderboard that combines all of the waves. So you'll be able to earn on both of those separately, which is really cool. And then production. So Illuvium Beyond, it's kind of always had focus internally because our previous CTO Johnny and me being the CEO were like crazy avid supporters and lovers of this game. Can't say as much for some of the other people, but yeah, we've always loved Illuvium Beyond, and so it's always had a bit of a lot of focus. However, over the last 6 months, I would say the launch of the games has gotten in the way, and instead of us being focused on Wave 3 and what's coming next, it's fallen to the wayside a little bit. With that being said, we've now got a dedicated producer that is working on Beyond. There's as I just read out, there's a ton of features that are coming. In order for us to be able to deliver that in 6-ish weeks or whatever, 7 weeks, that team that is working on that, and there's a dedicated team on it as well, needs to be laser focused to try and get as many of these things out as possible. So Ben was going to come up today, but I thought he's got a lot of stuff that he's actually working on. I know he's listening in the background, but he's working on a bunch of stuff with Jeremy, and so I said I'll cover it for him. But you will see a lot more of him in the Beyond chat. He's going to be your dedicated resource. If you have any questions or you think you might have something that can make the product better, please don't hesitate. Reach out to him. He's very, very active. He works extremely hard, and he's going to probably get back to you sooner than I do. So that's a big win for the community, and that's pretty much it. Now I think we can, if there's not any questions from that, we can probably enter the community questions.
Yeah, no. I think we can just jump right into the community questions. I'll just reiterate the fact that I am an avid Beyond supporter as well. So like all of the chat that goes in Beyond, I know those guys are huge fans of the product that we released. So I always try to stay active in there, and I know it feels like at times they're not taken care of, but we honestly like. I'm super excited for Wave 3 as well. Like the art's amazing. I'm even looking forward to Wave 4 already. So like you're not forgotten. Like there's just we have many products, so there's a lot going on. So but yeah, let's dive right into these questions. We have a lot of questions submitted, or not that many actually submitted, but like some people submitted many. But we're just gonna go down the list here. So we have Space Lover, who's a big Beyond player, definitely. His question is any strategy to attract new players into Beyond during Wave 3, and what would that be?
So, yes, absolutely. And one thing, so there's two things there. The first one is that we've never had a wave live when the games have been live. And so that tie in, seeing people with their Beyond profile photo when you go into a arena is something that I think is going to prompt people to be like, why do I not have that? And you do. As you said, Rich, you're out there giving away a Beyond profile photo to these people that you see play that don't have one. And so I think that is just inherently going to help Beyond massively, right? Like I really do. And the second one is we're working towards having these disk fragments live where you pick them up in the overworld and or you don't pick them up, but you get them over time in the overworld by burning Illuvials, and with that you've got the ability to basically go into Beyond and you can pick up a disc. Now, with the amount of players that we have in Overworld, if we 10% of them jumped across to Beyond, as we know, the players who are super active in Beyond, once you get hooked, it's kind of one of those things where you find yourself buying another disc and another disc and another 20 and another 50. And so we don't have a massive player base. There's only about 5,000 people that are playing in Beyond. So if we were to get 1,000 people from Overworld to come across with getting a free disc, I think that's going to help out the product a lot. And I think as well, a lot of people have said to me, "Oh, that might dilute Wave 3." And to be completely honest, I don't have the answer there. I don't know if it will or won't. There's a chance that it's going to bring in a ton of new players, which will in turn generate a bunch more revenue and interest. But at the same time as well, it may be a case where Wave 3 ends up being a little bit cheaper to pick up the higher tier, call them tier 5 stage 3s, because there's two of them in this wave. But the thing that I like, the inbuilt protection that we have with dropping them in waves, and this was seen with the first pricing that we went out with Wave 1. Then we went a little bit cheaper in Wave 2. Now things theoretically could be more accessible with these disk fragments in Wave 3. It's compartmentalized to each wave. So it's not like it's going to dilute the people that are holding on to a Ramfire or an Ophisto or any of those other high quality Illuvitars from previous waves. So I think as an experiment to potentially get a ton more players in, it's definitely worth it to really connect the games. And we can re-look at it in Wave 4 if it has an adverse effect or anything like that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm basically every person I see without an Illuvitar, I immediately tell them to message me. So if you don't have an Illuvitar, feel free to reach out and I will send you one. Like I'm giving these things away because I want everyone to have one. Because when I see them play, and Kieran was just playing today, and he didn't even have an Illuvitar on because he hasn't transferred one to his passport yet. But yeah, like look at Roger posting this. What is that? Is that Dulef?
Is that a Sin Elf or a Jewel Elf?
I think it's Dulef. It's pretty nice. Look at that. Roger's entered the chat. He's here. But yeah. Like it's amazing. I'm really stoked. We have a bunch of new players that don't even know what they are, and they're asking about it because they're playing Ascendant, they're playing Gauntlet, and they see people without like these Illuvatars, and they're like, "How do I get those?" So I'm totally
Yeah,
willing to give them out just to get people just to dip their toes in the water, you know. So I
100%.
I think it's gonna be great. But let's move on here. So IOUs, we have a bunch of IOUs from Wave One, Wave Two. You're talking Oberium skins, which I've seen live in a build now. So when can people start expecting those to come?
So the IOUs is actually attached to a greater thing that we're trying to solve and have been looking at for a long time. IOUs go all the way back to the balancer sale 3.5 years ago, which is kind of crazy. But here we are, and so the good thing with us delivering the IOUs, which will be done, I believe. I don't want to put dates, but very very soon. It's literally in production right now, and it's of the highest priority. So definitely before Wave 3 starts, we'll have the IOUs for everything done, which is awesome. But that also encompasses beyond as well. So finally, for those that had stretch goals in Wave 1 and Wave 2, they'll be coming out. And the really important thing is when we're talking about your stretch goals in Wave 3, instead of them being IOUs instantly, because they're like, oh, that's a bonus that they're randomly dangling in front of me as a carrot that I'm going to get in 45 years. It will be a feature that actually exists, and we'll be able to give them to you straight away. So, and I think that type of thing has the potential to increase sales massively. If you are striving to get something, and it almost, and I felt like this personally, where I was like, yeah, well, I can get this amazingly rare skin that they talk about, but like, will I get it? Are they ever going to give it to me? And so having it be a situation where you can be inside the wave and get these things and then go, oh shit, well, maybe I will go for that next level. I think it's going to be really worthwhile.
I mean, I've been saying it for a while, and I'll just say, like, I literally saw my hollow balancer Mozart skin today live. So I'm very happy. It's been since before I was even part of the team that I've actually seen it today. I saw it. So I saw the KFC emote. Like I saw a bunch of things that we've been owing people for a long time. Like even myself, like we owed me before I was even on the team. So like super
Crazy.
amazing. I'm super happy that all of those are finally going to be done. Like and people are finally going to be able to trade them, sell them, whatever they want. You know, use them in game. Like it's just gonna be finally there. It's physical, like or non-physical, I guess, but like it'll be there in your wallet, so you'll be able to use it. So
That's coming.
yes,
Thanatos,
very
that's
soon.
coming.
I
They're
would
all
like to
coming.
say before Wave 3, but I like again, like I'm not gonna put dates on it either. But like they're definitely coming. Look at that thing, man. Look at Scoriox. Look at Roger dropping.
That's the one to get.
Yeah.
That's 100% the one to get.
All right. So
If
tomato
only you
cultivator
keep that
next.
configuration.
Will discs be pegged to a dollar amount? Last time they were pegged to ETH. I guess this kind of ties into his next question, anyways, which is about fuel being used by discs. So, how's that all going to play out?
Same thing. They'll be pegged to ETH. We feel like that's just the natural uh, way that we do things. We're on the ETH network, and it's tied into the lore a little bit. So yeah, it will be tied to ETH. And in terms of fuel sales, we're undecided. It's actually a topic that I need to speak to the council about next week. It's certainly something that we can do. It obviously has implications in terms of just we don't want to affect that beyond economy if we can avoid it. The main thing there, though, is if we don't decide to allow disc purchases in fuel. 5% of wave 3 will go back to landholders, so they can rest assured they're going to get their piece no matter how we do it.
All right. The next question from the same guy, Tomato Cultivator. Are there plans for accessories to phase out, and will Dark Holos ever be introduced?
Dark colors, I think, have got to come in. I think that would be really
I
a
want
really
Dark Holos,
cool.
honestly.
Yeah, I think that'll be a really cool addition. I don't think we should talk about that because
No,
there's
Roger's
already
gonna
a
get
ton of
pissed off. He's here.
yeah.
Yeah, look at that. Look at there you go. There you go. I already knew Roger was gonna be mad.
And so, what was the second part of that question? Sorry.
Oh, are there planned for accessories to fade? I think he's talking about like burning
Oh,
accessories for like, something.
no, so accessories are part of it. Accessories will be part. If we ever develop the game for Beyond, accessories are going to play a large role in that mini game, if you will. So no, we're not going to phase out accessories. I know a lot of people like a clean Illuvitar. I do also, so I'm a little bit biased there. But we will be introducing at some point substance. It's not going to be wave 3, likely wave 4, and that substance is you can burn your accessories, or you can burn your raw Illuvitars if you wish. That will give you substance. Substance is what basically your faction requires in order to repair your ship to get back home. So there's rewards involved with doing that, and it's tied into quests, which you'll see very very soon.
Dropping the leagues, huh? All
Mm.
right. Let's keep moving along here then. Philo asks, what unlockables will be available with Wave 3? So I'm assuming he's talking account bound rewards. Like, where are we going to get to with what is actually going to be available with Wave 3? Battle boards, emotes, drone blasts.
Battle boards, no. I don't know about drone blast. I saw one the other day, but it was a very early version. Maybe if Roger's listening, he can confirm that. Uh, I'm hesitant to say yes on that. Skins will be part of it. So yeah, just the probably cosmetics that you haven't seen before, but of the same type. We're not introducing something crazy new.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I've seen some of the drone blasts, and they look pretty amazing, especially what Sumo's doing and Gizu. But so let's just go a little bit more into the leaderboards. So, what are the new leader? You mentioned it a little bit. Like, what is the? There's going to be two different styles of leaderboards. You said legacy players, but let's like expand on that a little bit, I guess.
Not
Um,
even legacy. I mean, it's just so there's two leaderboards. One for all waves combined, right? It's exactly how it is right now. Then there's another leaderboard which is specific to that wave. And the idea there is we don't want to uh, block new players. And there's going to be a ton of new players that come in this wave. We don't want to demoralize them by saying, there's probably no chance that you're going to be able to get top 100 because these guys have been playing for, years. This is a way for us to welcome everyone in, and everyone gets everyone starts from zero on that wave 3 leaderboard, and then we'll continue that for wave 4, wave 5, etc., etc.
yeah. No, I think that's best too. Like, what was it? Battle and Beyond did it very well. Like as far as leaderboards went. Like having wave leaderboards and separate leaderboards for people that were paying, etc. So yeah, I think the more people that can participate, the better. And it won't even affect those guys that have like like Alexa or Fight for ETH. Like Alexa's been on the top of the leaderboard for a long time, so it won't even affect them. So All right. So the next question here is, let's see here. Do you think this fragment disk implementation is feasible for Wave 3 as far as like the overworld thing, like where you can find disk fragments in the overworld? Is that a feasible thing for Wave 3 to happen, or would it happen after Wave 3 or somewhere in the middle?
Look, right now, revenue is a big focus for us at Illuvium. Obviously, we're live now. We want to get our burn rate down. Illuvium Beyond has generated about $5.5 million over 2 waves. So there is a good argument to be made about us focusing on things that can really promote more players joining Beyond. And that is what we're going to do. So now it's got its own dedicated team that is working on it, and there is requirements from front end, back end. There's some visual updates that are required there, and some web team updates. But we've got the dedicated team to do it. So while we're not promising that it will be ready, I have an inkling that at some stage in Wave 3, it will become available.
Good deal.
Because, and that's just a point to stress there. If something isn't available before the start, just remember that a wave goes for quite a long time, 3 months. You'll be able to buy these things. And so some of these features may come after the first month or whatever.
Yeah. I think it's a great idea. When Alexa came, or I think it was Alexa that came up with it. I don't remember exactly, but the idea of being able to find disk fragments and then integrate people into the Beyond ecosystem was an amazing idea that I immediately supported. You know, this is part of the great things. Like one of the great things about having like a DAO is, you know, sometimes there's great ideas that are very supportive of all of our products. So I definitely liked that one. Let's see here. So, are there any other further plans to integrate Beyond into the other Illuvium games other than just that?
Not right now. So the unlockables obviously integrates it, and disk fragments integrates it into Beyond, but that's it for now.
Okay. So, what are your thoughts on disc prices? Did you agree with Wave 2? Personally, I did. I think Wave 2 went really
Mhm.
well. But they want your thoughts on what Wave 3 disc prices will look like.
Standardize, standardize, standardize. Do not change the product. It worked in Wave 2. Don't even ask this question. Let's not open this can of worms. I lost about 150 hours of my life to that pricing conversation.
Yeah,
Let's just leave it.
honestly, like me and Perry chatted about it for like a minute, and I was like, Wave 2 was a long time ago, but I was like, everybody seemed very happy with Wave 2 from my memory, and I was like,
Mhm.
yeah, like it seemed pretty good to me. So,
Yeah, we leave it. We leave it.
yeah, yeah.
Delete this from the tape. That wasn't us.
Okay, what about Alpha Discs? What do you think? Alpha Disc sale, another one that you probably want to delete from the record, but
Uh, we're gonna. I did ask Perry to have a look at the alpha sale and compare wave 1 and wave 2, but again, for now, all the same.
okay, easy, easy. All right, so that was Don Coupon who asked those questions, and then we got Hanny Gamchat. I don't know. Okay, let's see what he has to ask here. We already know when Wave 3 will launch, which will be November 21st, right? Is that the right date? Yeah. He's talking to somebody else. Um, these questions are a little bit off.
Jeez, how many more questions have we got?
Not many. I mean, this is like a lot of the same questions. Um,
Let's smash through it if we can.
No, yeah. So obviously, will there be staff hired to focus on Beyond? You've already addressed that. Like we have, dedicated team there. How do you feel about distributing airdrop points to Beyond players outside the top 100?
Love it. Absolutely love it.
Okay. Um, will
Seriously, why not? Like they're
no.
participating in the
I
in the
agree. I
ecosystem.
agree,
They're
100%.
directly participating in revenue. I 100% support that, and it needs to go into the feature list immediately.
Yeah, totally.
Not that it would take too much to do that, but yeah.
How about this? Will fuel purchases offer discounts on SILV2? Like, I think that's a big question people have, is how SILV2 is going to work into the fuel purchase system once people are able to purchase discs with fuel.
So it's undecided if that's even going to be the case yet. So we'll leave that and we'll update everyone once we work that out.
Okay. And then another big question that's come up recently is because Illuvial Master has decided to close their doors. And I guess, what are your thoughts around that? And do we plan
I don't
anything?
like it.
I know you don't like it,
I
but
don't-
like, what are your thoughts around it? I don't like it either.
My thoughts. My thoughts are I'm going to have a conversation with them. I will probably ask to buy it from them, and then I'll give it to someone else to run because we need it.
Yeah,
It's
totally.
crucial. Everyone who played Beyond used Illuvial Master, as we all know. So, yeah, there's not much we can do about that.
But do you think somebody else is going to set up something quickly, or do you think?
I don't know. Like we need. I think that Illuvial Master generated a lot of additional revenue where players were like, "Oh, cool! This is real. I just got a really rare one." It easily identified, what was good and what wasn't, which really helps. And uh, if we want to introduce that, it's probably going to take a little bit longer. We just did it for the rating system uh, for the Illuvials, so it's not obviously impossible for us to do it, but we've already got a third party there. I like the idea of third party applications growing with us. So I don't know. I'm in conversation with them now. It took me a couple of weeks. I saw their update and I was like, I have to get to that. And a couple of days ago, I reached out to them and we're going to speak on Monday.
Nice. All right. Well, I think that's like most of the questions. The other questions like the only questions we missed, honestly, guys, were about the secondary wallet support. And the secondary wallet support is going to be a work in progress. The initial integration of secondary wallet support will be, read only. So you'll be able to eventually sleeve and do all these other things that you do with your secondary wallet. But to make sure that we get it out as soon as possible so people can use their wallets. It's going to be somewhat ready for Wave 3. So, oh, look at this. He's just sharing the Illuvatars in the chat.
Awesome. All right, cool.
Should we
Any
see if
other
anybody has
questions?
any questions in chat? Does anybody want to come up? We'll give you about a couple minutes to come up and chat because I don't want to sit here and waffle with Kieran for too long.
I also need to go. I really want to help my wife out at this point. It's a
So
big moment, but
if you got we'll just cut it off there. Like, honestly, like we can ask you in chat later. I'm sure you want to play Gauntlet later today. So yeah, we'll be around, and we appreciate everyone coming out. This was Beyond Focused Town Hall, and we'll have another town hall soon. We're definitely upping the communication status. So thank you everybody for coming out. Kieran, thank you.
my council, my council crush has just entered the chat with some waffles. Oh my
Blichter.
god!
I
And
do love
you
Blichter.
have no idea how much I miss you, Blichter. For real. For real. All right. All good. Thanks very much. If anyone has any questions, I'll answer them over the weekend. But yeah, I'm really excited about this. It's been a long, long time coming. I've got a whole bunch of money put aside so I can go ham on these. I've actually got a few Wave 2 discs which I can start handing out. If you come into Gauntlet with me over the weekend or maybe even tonight, I'll be giving some discs out. So make sure you watch that Gauntlet lobby. And yeah, thanks very much, guys. Really appreciate your patience. Can't wait to get it